Hello, my friends. I am really sorry. Like, this has taken me a little bit longer to set up, and I am literally late. So, I am so sorry about this. So, I really hope that, oh my God, like, I've had a technical hitch. So, I hope that you're able to kind of come on to this one. I do apologize. I do apologize. I don't actually know what has happened. So, yes, I'm just going to wait for a few of you to come on here. Today, we are talking about overthinking the narcissist. So, that's what we're going to be talking about today. I really don't know what happened. I couldn't get on to the last. The last stream that I had scheduled. Like, this is typical, and I'm a bit flustered now because like it wasn't working. It wasn't working, but I'm just going to wait here for a few of you to kind of turn up as well. Oh, we've got a few of you. Hello. I'm really sorry. Like, I had like literally a technical hitch. It wasn't working. It was just, yeah, it wasn't good at all. So we are here now. We are here now, which is the main thing. Wow. It's like thrown me off. You know, like when something doesn't work and it just throws you off. Hello, Melissa. Oh my God. But thank you so much for joining the live. Like, I really appreciate it. But we've got to have a technical hitch somewhere, right, my friends? Hello, AB and David. Hello, my friends. Where are you guys from? Like, you guys know that I always like to know where you are all watching from because it means a lot to me. It really does. Hello, Kid Reese. We've got Superfields. We've got a few of you in here. Thank you so much for switching over. Like, guys, honestly, do you know what happened to me? Like, I literally couldn't switch. Like, I couldn't do it. It just wasn't working. And there's me getting all flustered. Like, you can see, like, my cheeks are rosy. I was like, no, this is not happening. I'm so looking forward to this live with you, my friends. We've got Ireland, we've got London, New Zealand, Kirsty, hello. We've got New Zealand, bless you. It must be like, what is it? It's like 7 in the morning. We got Tampa, we got hello. Oh, thank you so much. We've got so many of you here. We've got Toronto, we've got Washington, we've got California. Hello, adventures with Seraphim, I think I've got that right. We got TJ in Virginia. We got Tampa. We got hello, Bipolar Mad. Hello. Oh my gosh, thank you guys for being here. Thank you so much. I really appreciate every single one of you. Yes, hit the like button, my friends. Hit that like button. So how are you guys doing? Literally, are you guys ready for Christmas? Like for the holidays? We got Jennifer, we got Eric. Hello, Eric. How are you? We got Dylan. We got Mark. Oh, hello, Mark. I hope that you are well. We've got Ireland in the house. We've got the Netherlands. We've got Jackie from the US. Thank you. Thank you so much, all of you. So, oh, David, not good, not doing good. That's all right. Listen, you are here. You are here now. We're going to be talking about all of this. Okay. And I hope that my energy is able to uplift you all. I hope that you all enjoy this live stream because you know what? It's going to be fine. Everything is going to be fine. Everything always works out and is fine. Ross from Tampa. Hello, Ross from Tampa. Nor says, I can't wait to talk to you. You inspire us and help us. Oh, bless you. And how to achieve a newer version of yourselves. TJ, thank you. Your videos are helping me get over the final discard. Amazing. This is so good. I'm so pleased. Eric says, hello, Anoushka. You are absolute God. Oh, bless you. Eric, this is for you. Oh, wow. So, guys, how are you all doing? I really enjoyed your coaching session this morning. Oh, Antonio, bless you. Thank you for being here. I'm so glad it helped. I'm so, so glad that it helped. Bipolar My Narc wanted a last goodbye, but little Nushka on my shoulder was like, hell no, exactly. What last goodbye? You had your last goodbye. There isn't always going to be a last goodbye. Exactly, Bipolar Med. This is what, how many chances do they think they're going to have? 1, 6, 24, 50. Like, mate, seriously, we don't do things like that. No. And I think I think because do you know what it is? Like, I completely understand because, like, we are such lovely people. We're so empathetic. We're so kind. We're so lovely, and we don't want to be rude. Like, we think that we are being rude, like if we say no, or perhaps maybe it might come across that we might be a little bit more not selfish, but we kind of think of ourselves. But you know what? Just to say that it's all right to be a little bit selfish. And selfish, I don't think that word does its justice because you know what? You have to think of yourselves because you have to put yourself first because who else is going to do that for you? You have to put yourself first and think of you. What is right for you? What is best for you? Because really that is what is important here, my friends. Not having to think, like I understand when you've got children or when there's people that you can think of them, but ultimately in every situation, you have to put yourself first. You have to think about what is right for you. So this person wanting what, 6, 7, 10, 15 goodbyes. Yeah, okay, like jog on, mate. Seriously, yeah, it doesn't work like that. And I think, you know what, this is all part of the entitlement. And you know what? Narcissists think about themselves, don't they, my friends? They actually think about themselves because they do what is right for them, right? So, yeah, absolutely. Oh, sweepstakes. Hello, Oxford. I love that Oxford has entered the chat. Yes, right on. And if I could have like that sound effect, that so would have come on right now. Merry Christmas to you too, my friend. Merry Christmas to you too. And Merry Christmas to every single one of you. Like, is anyone like Christmas ready? Because I blatantly am not. I'm so behind. I've been I've been really busy with clients these last couple of weeks. Not that it's an issue because I love helping. I love what I do. And I don't actually see it. And I've got to just say, I don't actually see it as a job. I really don't. I love it. I actually love what I do. I want to help people. I want to help you guys elevate and get better and move forward. So for me, it's just pleasurable. I don't see it as work. So, you know, oh my goodness. Right. So the Greek crew, Eric, thank you for asking, and sweepstakes. Right. So Yang said, oh, he messaged me literally 2 hours before, and he says, "I'm really sorry, but I'm not going to be on the live stream. I've got to do some personal stuff." Didn't ask what. God knows what he is up to. Probably eating pizza, which is what he does. He'll kill me for saying this. He will kill me for saying this. So I don't know. I don't know. He's doing personal stuff. And Maria, my friend Maria, I think she's working with clients as well, but I'm off to see her. I'm off to Greece on Friday. So I'll be flying out there for more shenanigans with that girl. So I'm spending New Year's with her. So I'm very happy about that. So yeah, so that's what's going on the next few weeks. So I will be streaming live next Monday. It won't be next Tuesday because next Tuesday is the 31st, and I'm going out with Maria somewhere. I don't even know where. I don't know what's going on. She just said to me, "Bring a dress and heels," and that's what I'm doing. Anyway, without further ado, I think I've delayed everyone enough. Today we are talking about the overthinking the narcissist. And you know what? Can I just say, right? It isn't a bad thing. Like, I just want to say it's actually quite normal for us to be thinking, to be overthinking this person. And a lot of this, hello, Daniel, hello, Cello. A lot of this, and Andrea, sorry, I'm just reading all the comments. Sorry, I'm just reading all the comments. Right, I just want to say, yeah, it's not a bad thing when we are overthinking because a lot of this, all right, my friends, a lot of this is us trying to make sense of this, trying to understand this, because in an experience that we have had that doesn't actually make sense, we're trying to make sense. Of course, we've never been in a situation like this. Of course, we've never experienced this. This to us is like, I've got to say, like, it's weird. Like, the whole thing is so weird and it's taken so much from us. And also, added to the fact, when you realize that this person is toxic and they are narcissistic, do you know what? This like literally throws you. So you've got to try and understand, not try and understand, but try and accept that this person is narcissistic, is toxic. And that's like a whole nother layer. Do you know what I mean? That's like a whole nother layer of what's going on here. So I completely get it. The overthinking, I want to talk about why this is happening, what's going on. I really want to talk about also the neurological aspects, the kind of the mental health behind it. It doesn't mean that you've got a mental health condition that you're overthinking. Please do not think that. That's not what I'm saying here. But I just want you to kind of understand the whole thing and why we overthink. Because remember, my friends, I always say knowledge is power. If you understand why this is happening, what's going on, why this has happened, this will give you a lot more clarity, and then you're able to make the right decision for you. Does that make sense? Like, you're then able to make the right judgments, and you're able to move forward. So that's ultimately what it's really about. And I really want to give you some pointers and some things that will help you to move forward, put certain things in place that will help you to understand this and make the right decisions for you. Okay, so here we go. I'm just going to access my notes. Okay. Okay, so basically, I want to talk about the overthinking cycle. Okay, what is overthinking? Because we use this term, obviously it's used in psychology, it's used in mental health, it's used in like as a comorbid kind of symptomology of other mental health conditions. But on its own, okay, overthinking happens when basically you become stuck in a loop of thoughts that basically become impossible for you to stop thinking in this loop. So instead of finding solutions, what happens is you keep replaying these events, analyzing every word or imagining every possible outcome. So this is where it becomes really challenging because it overtakes your whole entire day. You can't you can't think of anything else but situations, events that have happened, experiences that you've had, whether they're good or bad. Like, you can overthink in like all the good things. So maybe you're romanticizing the relationship. Maybe you're also thinking about the negative stuff, which also sometimes happens. You end up thinking about the negative stuff that happens. And this becomes really difficult as well, really challenging. It becomes very tiring. You end up feeling very tired with everything that is going on. You can't concentrate. You can't function, properly. Maybe, like, even at work, you can't even do your job properly because you're just thinking and thinking and thinking. And guess what? A little bit more thinking. So this is what I mean. It just basically goes in this loop. Okay, so and then what happens, not surprisingly, but added to that, you then start asking you start questioning yourself, saying like, what did they mean by that? Or did I overreact? Um, what was I thinking? Maybe they are right. Some of you even think that maybe you're the narcissist because maybe this has been said to you many times by the narcissist. You know how many of my clients actually say this, where they say to me, "Oh, Anoushka, do you know what? Do you think that I'm the narcissist?" And I'm like, always, no. Oh my God, no. And do you know why? Do you know why, my friends? I always say no to whoever like works with me. I'm always saying no because narcissists don't tend to go into therapy. Some do, don't get me wrong. Some do, but they don't tend to. They don't usually do that. And you know why? Because they're not going to work on themselves. I mean, why would they? I mean, they are perfect. Everything that they do, there's nothing wrong with what they do, right? My friends, I'm being sarcastic, obviously. So they never see anything wrong in their behavior. So this is why the majority of them will not come into some sort of therapy. But also, working with me is not for the faint-hearted, because as those of you that have worked with me, I'm very frank. I'm very straight to the point. I work a lot with ego. So I'm always challenging those thought processes. So that's why, yeah, they probably wouldn't like me, because I say too many truths. That's probably why. Anyway, So yeah, so you start to question and you start to think like, oh, what do they mean by that? And you see, this is the loop. This is where it becomes, like really challenging, because you're always kind of thinking to yourself, oh, maybe I should have done this wrong, or maybe I should have done this differently. But you know what, my friends, we can't live on shoulda, woulda, could have, or maybe should have done this, or maybe I shouldn't have done that. We can't live like that. This person, okay, this is what we have to understand, my friends, because this person was always going to be like that. They were always going to say those things or do those things. Even if you didn't say this, or if you didn't do that, or if you didn't go somewhere else. Do you know what? It doesn't matter, because this person was always going to be like this. They were never going to change. They were never going to be different. They were always going to behave like this. They were always going to treat you. So the more time that we spend overthinking, thinking maybe this, maybe that, okay, this was always going to happen like that. Okay, so that is what you have to remember, my friends. It's not about, you thinking maybe I should have done something else differently, or that. Like, come on, you know, there is no way that this person, okay, would have changed or would have done this differently. This was always going to end. Okay, there's never a healthy or happy narcissistic relationship. It just doesn't work like that. That's not what happens. All right, they always find a way to ruin it. I was going to say something else then, but I thought I better not swear. They always find a way to F it up, ruin it, be nasty. And you know what? How much of this are you going to take? My friends, how much of this are you going to take? Where this, you know what? We all have a threshold. And every single one of you here have reached that threshold, and you've thought, no, nah, no more. Okay. And that's why you guys are here healing yourselves. So a lot of the overthinking, a lot of this that happens is us trying to go back on ourselves and think, oh, maybe I should have stayed a bit longer. Maybe I should have just understood this person a little bit more. Maybe shoulda, woulda, coulda. Like none of this is going to matter right now, because this person was always going to do that. These types of people, okay, they have problems with interpersonal relationships, okay, interpersonal skills, being able to relate, being able to bond. They basically can't do that. What they want you to do is basically to agree with them and conform. All right. You don't get to show your true selves. You don't get to be you. You basically get to be an emotional slave to this person. So, so how much longer or how much more of this are you going to take? You didn't come onto this earth to be somebody's slave. I'm sorry, but you didn't. I'm sorry if I'm being harsh, or this is being maybe quite, what's the word? I don't mean to be rude. Basically, I've got your backs. And what I'm trying to say is, you know what? You didn't come here, all right, to endure this. All right. And this is what I'm saying to you. You have to look past this. You have to see past this, because the more time that you spend in your mind thinking, maybe I should have done this, maybe I should have said this. Oh, if I had done something different, or what are they doing? Maybe I should look on their social media. Oh, bless you. Yeah, no, I don't mean to be aggressive. I care about every single one of you, and I'm just trying to get this, into your hearts, like to realize that you are so much more than this person. You are so much more than, being or allowing this person to get to you. The abuse carries on long after in our minds and our hearts. So it's not just, oh, because you've left and they're out of your life, but their words resound in our heads. And that's what I'm trying to say to you. It's not true. It is not true. You see, the reason why it hurts us so much is because, you know, when we love someone, I mean, like, I'm sure every single one of you truly loved this person, okay, and truly cared about it, okay. Um, you know, you care about what this person says, you care about what this person thinks. So you are going to trust them. So you open yourself up, you're a lot more vulnerable, right? So when that happens, you're going to trust everything that person says, because why wouldn't you? Because you're in this loving relationship. As far as, or as long as you're concerned, you're in this relationship forever, or you're in this connection with this person because you really care about them, and you literally want the best for them, and you think that that is reciprocated as well. So obviously a lot of the times it's not, and it's really hard to imagine that this person wants the worst for you. You know, whether it's in a family member, family setting, or whether it's a partner. It's really hard to imagine and to even fathom in our mind that this person would be doing this because they want to hurt you, because they want to get one up on you. So this is why we then start to think these, or think these thoughts, or question ourselves, like, really, would this person, or like, why wouldn't they do this differently? Like, why has this happened? That is why it makes it really difficult for us to understand. This is where the cognitive dissonance comes in, the brain fog. This is why we are thinking and thinking. And what happens is, that's why we end up being stuck in a loop, and it keeps going on, and it just interrupts our whole entire day. Well, our whole entire life, to be honest. Okay. Um, have any of you found yourselves like literally doing, like, asking those questions, like, what did that mean? Did I overreact? You know, was I not thinking straight? Did any of you experience that? Um, and I want you to, if you have, put a yes in the chat, because then I know, like, kind of like what I'm saying is making sense. I've got my hibiscus tea here, and I'm really enjoying that. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that it's making sense to you guys. Yes. Yes. So it is, we do end up, constantly thinking and thinking. And it just, oh, bless you guys. I know it's just really, it interrupts our day and everything, doesn't it? Also, there's 86 of you here right now. Please, guys, do smash that like button. We obviously don't have Yang. Ricardo, thank you. We obviously don't have Yang to kind of type that. So I'm sending it to you guys. Please, if we could just press that like button, because obviously you know that it helps to get the algorithm going. Yes. Fried my brain overthinking, Pat says. Yeah, like, of course it does. And it makes you doubt yourself. And this is where a lot of the doubt comes in, because we don't know. Like, it makes us do you know what? It doesn't, the overthinking doesn't make us flawed. That's what I want you to guys know. It's not, it doesn't make you weak. All right. It's your brain's way of trying to find safety in a really unpredictable situation. All right. So I'll give you an example. So, for instance, let's say that the narcissist suddenly gave you the silent treatment after a disagreement, which is probably what has basically happened to every single one of you. So, what we might start thinking is, what did I say wrong? Should I apologize? Are they angry with me? And then hours or even days later, you're still stuck on it. So this is how abusive this whole situation is, because you're stuck on thinking, because you don't have any clarity. Think about it. This situation really mirrors as well, the discard or the silent treatment. Where you don't get any closure, you don't really understand what's going on. So you're trying to make sense of this, but you can't, because you don't actually understand what's going on. So then in your mind, you're trying to make scenarios, you're trying to make, or trying to understand the situation in the best way that you can, but you can't, because you don't have all the information there in front of you. And that's why I'm saying to you guys that knowledge is power. When you have all of the knowledge, when you know, when it's all laid out in front of you, then you know, then you can make an informed decision. But that has been taken away from you. You can't, can you? Because this person has just removed all communication from you, and you're like, huh? Like, why? So they do this all the time. And this is done, especially, as we know, because they want to keep you in a state of confusion. Because you know why? It keeps you weak. And when you're weak, you're then easier then to control. You're malleable. You're more open to being able to receive any old thing, any old explanation, so that it takes away that pain. And so that's why, for a lot of us, the overthinking that we are feeling now after the relationship is a quite a normal symptom, because actually this is how we've been conditioned to think. This is how we've been conditioned, to behave, to overthink, to think this, to think that. Like, Do you know what I mean? Like, that's why it makes it so, so difficult, for us. Ricardo says Anoushka definitely has the best ever dynamic to explain. Thank you. Thank you very much for the talk and this week. Brilliant. Oh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. Can't wrap my brain around it. Women clothed in the sun. Yeah, you guys, your handles, I love them. Your YouTube handles, some of them are brilliant. Yeah, like it is really hard to understand and it's really hard to try and make sense of it. I think it's not even the understanding. I think it's the trying to make sense of this because you can't make sense of it because that's why you are overthinking because now it's kind of like you feel safe. You feel like you have time to kind of or a place of safety where you can land and you can now start thinking, what did this mean? What did that mean? Why did this happen? Why did that? Like it gives you understanding, but the overthinking is something that obviously we can get stuck on. You do get stuck on it on a loop. So this is where it can become really challenging. Okay, so I want to explain the role of the narcissist in the overthinking. Okay, so as we know, these people are masters, and I'm talking true geniuses at causing confusion and chaos. They gaslight you, and what they do is they make you doubt yourself, your memories, and your feelings. A lot of the time, you end up thinking, I never used to think this before in my life, but now I do. Why is that? Why is that happening? It makes us literally question our own selves and our own sanity. They give you mixed signals, saying one thing, but then they do another. And then they use blame shifting to make you feel that you're the one that is at fault. But really, it's actually their behavior that is at fault. So, can you see how what they are doing is they are turning this around and making you feel like you're the one that is inadequate? You know why? You know why they do this? Because they don't want to take responsibility of what is going on. They don't want to take responsibility or accountability for any of this. So, what better way to do this than by saying that it's you? And you see, this is the thing, when someone does this repeatedly over and over again, this gets stuck within us. This then gets stuck, meaning that we then start thinking that this is true. Because why wouldn't it be true? We love this person loves us back, right? They would never do anything to hurt us. So this is why we become so confused. That's why we are stuck in this brain fog of what is happening, and that's why it's hard for us to come to terms with the fact that this person would do something like this to hurt us. This person that we love, that we trusted, they go and cheat. Most of them do. They go and cheat. They let us down. And especially, like, for example, within a family setting, they completely let us down. And what makes it really hurtful is when it is in a family setting, we are given the labels of a father or a mother, and they don't live up to that label. Do you know how heart-wrenching that is? But then also cognitively, to try and understand that is where the cognitive dissonance comes in. And do you know, for some people, it can last for years. Trying to understand, why would this person do this? I love them. I love them with all my heart. And this person does this to me. Like, who would do this? Because you don't understand, because you would never do that. So you cannot put yourself in that person's shoes, because you wouldn't do it. Yes, of course, Oxford. Yes. Question. Aren't they exhausted? Seems like such an effort. Sorry. To be cruel and manipulative 24 hours? That's a really good question. That's a really, really good question. The thing is, I feel like with these types of individuals, this is their way of being. They're not going to change for no one. And whether they get exhausted or not, it doesn't matter whether they get exhausted. They don't care. because this is their way of being. They've got to keep doing this over and over because this is the only thing that makes sense. Remember, the way that they are, this is all from childhood. Okay, so they have been like this, coping with life, coping with things, not really living in the same way that me or you do. Okay, so that's why. Okay, that's why they do that. That's why they are cruel. That's why they are evil. It's not like they have to care about anybody else's feelings, right? They just got to care about themselves and make sure that they are all right, make sure that they're winning in life and that everybody else is failing. So whether they get tired or not, I don't think that really crosses their mind. I really don't. And I think a lot of them, I don't know whether this is true, like you guys, have you ever noticed that? I don't actually think that narcissistic individuals sleep properly. I think their sleep is really massively affected. For sure, I do. And the manipulation, sweepstakes, the manipulation is ongoing. I feel like they're always looking for those cues to be able to use or harness as that ammunition against another person. So they're always looking out for those cues. And if this is their way of being, then this is what they do. Like that's just them. Yeah. Steve says, I've got my brain around it now. After 9 years, wish I had known about the narcissist behavior years ago. Oh, Steve M, do you know what? I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Like, I know all of us wish that we had known all about this and we had got it. But you know what? The way you got to think about this, Steve O, is that you've got it now. Like, you understand it right now. And that is what is important because right now you can make a difference. Okay. There's no point, like going back in time, wishing that things were different, thinking that that was different. Like, do you know what I mean? It's better that it's happened now than never at all. That's how I feel like that's how you got to think about it. Because if we start living in the, oh, I shoulda, woulda, coulda, or I should have known that, then we are living in lack. And so we're always in our minds, we're always thinking, oh, we should have changed this. This should have been done a little bit differently. But that's not the way to think because remember, we are setting ourselves up for failure. Remember, this is all about, navigating the way that we think. Remember, our brain is always listening to our thoughts. Okay. So feed it with positivity. You know it now. And that's what counts. Now you can make a difference. Bipolar Med, how do you deal with a trauma bond with your narcissist after you finish? Does it fade? Okay, this is a great question. Okay, so the trauma bond is a nasty little thing, isn't it? It's really challenging. And I do understand it is. Okay, so here, what we have to understand that what is at play here is a few things. Okay, so you have an emotional bond to this person. You also have a psychological bond to this person because this person has altered the way that you think about yourself. And also with the emotional bond, the way that you feel about yourself, but the way that you interact with this person. All right. So all of this has been changed, but also you've got to understand there is a spiritual bond to this person too. So there's an energetic bond to them. So you've got three things that are at play here. How do you break it? Well, you've got to break each one down individually. The first one is going to be the thoughts, the thinking. What I would say to you is you've actively got to do something. You can't just, sit there and allow it just to go. It's not going to go on its own. You actually have to do something about it. So to stop yourself thinking, you need to distract. You need to start distracting yourself, okay? Meaning, does that mean that if you're sitting on the sofa and it pops into your head, you need to get up? You need to get up perhaps maybe even just go out of your home or your apartment, go for a walk. You need to change up the scenery. Okay. Emotionally, you start to, I don't know, maybe you're crying, maybe you're really upset. Think about, so then I would say to you, think about something different, like maybe a holiday that you've been on, or maybe a person that you've met, or an experience that you have had. These are active things that are breaking this energetic bond to this person. Because remember, every time you are thinking of them, they are thinking of you. So this is strengthening that energetic bond. And this works with anybody. And it's true. When someone is thinking of you, it then makes you think of that person. And then When you are thinking of that person, then they start to think of you. And this is how this energetic bond becomes strengthened. So it's all interlinked. So if you're doing active things, it's called active recovery. If you're doing something that is going to enable you to manage this, to stop you from literally just losing your mind over this person, then this is what you've got to do. Another thing that can really help is get yourself to the gym. Like, honestly, I don't know. Like, I feel like the gym is the cure for many things. I know that not everybody is into it, but this is something that I have personally found to help me. I mean, I really enjoy it right now. So, and I find it's a great way of releasing and healing. So I feel like that is also another aspect of it. Maybe another activity like swimming or running or cycling, horse riding, jet skiing, paragliding. I'd love to do that actually, paragliding. Maybe I will. Mm. So this is about changing your mind. And also, I always say this, get 2 sheets of paper and I need you to write down on one of them why you miss this person. All of you can do this. All of you can do this. All right. Why you miss this person. Why you want them back in your life. And what did you love about them? What do you love about this person? And then on the other sheet of paper, what I want you to do, guys, is I want you to write down the truth of the situation, the truth of who they actually really are. One list is going to be longer than the other. No guesses which one that is going to be. So this will really help you to stop romanticizing the situation. And also one big factor here is, my friends, is you got to remember that this person is not the same person that you met right at the beginning. And I feel like a lot of us are missing that person that we first met. They don't exist. All right. They don't exist, my friends. So this would really, I feel like bipolar med, this will actually really help you to kind of get past that. Oh, you're very welcome. Very welcome. So I'm doing something creative helps, or the gym. Yeah, exactly. It's about doing something creative that is going to help you. Okay, so Ricardo says, based on your experience, have you ever seen a narcissist somehow understand and learning the steps that was not created in childhood? Impossible. Ricardo, like, I feel like no, it is impossible. A narcissist is not going to change because this takes a lot. Takes a lot of energy, and also it takes a lot of insight. When we want to make a change, first of all, we've got to be unhappy with the way things are right now. This is how people make change. You are unhappy with the way things are. So then you think, right, I'm going to make an active decision to change that because I'm not happy with the way that things are. So you you have to then do something about it. You have to take actionable steps to make a change. Now, most people out there, they're not even narcissistic. Most people become comfortable, become complacent because, blimey, you know what? Having to change takes a lot of energy, takes a lot of effort, right? So no one really wants to make changes. Everyone gets comfortable in the way that they are. Even though they don't like something, you just get comfortable, right? You don't want to change things. So a lot of people won't. But then you've got the narcissist who actually in their mind, they believe that why should they change? They don't do anything wrong. And actually, you know what? If people want to be with me, if people want to like me, they should change. So they don't take no accountability and they don't take the responsibility of that. So understanding yourself, what has happened in childhood. Also, think about it another way is that a lot of narcissists, if they want to make, if they did ever want to make changes, a lot of them wouldn't survive this change because it's you've got to be vulnerable and open. They've spent their whole lives closing down, shutting down, putting up big defense mechanisms. So this really is not going to happen. So yeah, it's kind of impossible. Okay, really impossible. So, going back to the manipulation tactics, narcissists are great at creating chaos and confusion. All right, so they gaslight you And like I said, they make you doubt your memories or your feelings. And what they also do is they give you mixed signals, saying one thing, but then doing another. So their lies are like literally through the roof. Okay. And they use the blame shifting to make you feel like you're the one at fault when really it's their own behavior. So this is where it makes it very tricky, really nasty. So think about it, right? Think about a time that you were blamed for something that wasn't your fault. Think about um, how that made you feel. You know, when you're blamed for something that you didn't do, how that makes you feel. Maybe they said if you weren't so sensitive, you wouldn't have been acting this way, you know? Or maybe they dismissed your feelings or your concerns and just basically said something like, oh, you're just imagining things. So when someone says something like that, okay, when someone calls you too sensitive, think about how that has made you feel and what comes up for you, because that means that's a personal attack on you. And that's what they do. They attack the very essence of you. And then you start thinking, hold on a minute, maybe I am too sensitive. Maybe I am just imagining things. And what does this do? This is all to do with your intuition. So then you start doubting yourself. You start doubting your intuition. Yeah. And this is where it makes it really damaging. And this is why the effects last longer. Okay, for many months, many years after this person has left. And what this does do, I've got to say, is this creates this cycle of overthinking. It's a vicious cycle of this loop that goes round and round in your mind. And the thing is, you do want to fix the situation. So you try to figure out what went wrong. Why did this person say this? Why are they calling you too sensitive? Why are they calling you someone who is imagining things? Are you someone who imagines things? But what happens when you do ask them, if you ever, like, even if you get a chance to ask them, they keep moving these goalposts, they keep moving the parameters of this dynamic. And what it does is it leaves you in this endless loop of overthinking, doesn't it? It causes you to just not feel comfortable in your own skin. And that is the issue, my friends. That is the issue. And this is why a lot of us it finds it very difficult to move forward, to understand this. That actually, when we are overthinking, a lot of us don't even realize that it is overthinking. A lot of us think that this is the way that it's supposed to be, or this is the way that how you cope with things, because you're put under a lot of stress and a lot of anxiety. And this is where the issue is. There is a lot of anxiety. There is a lot of stress in this situation, and it makes you so upset. And this is where you doubt yourself. You start thinking, how can I trust myself? This is the disconnection from yourself. And this is where the issue is, my friends. This is where the issue is the disconnection. And you know what? The remedy to that? The remedy to that is connection to yourself. This is where you've got to start understanding that what this person has said and what this person has done is abusive. They have made you, or they have navigated this situation or manipulated you into thinking that you are the one that is at fault here. So what they actually are doing is they're bringing you into their world, so it makes you doubt yourself, like you are the issue. Guys, hit that like button. If those of you that are not on the chat and you're just watching, thank you so much for being here. And that's fine. You guys don't have to be on the chat. It would be nice if you said hello. But if you are here, there's over 100 of you, nearly 117, 118. Please do like that, press that like button. I really would be grateful. Thank you. Thank you. How are you guys doing? We're literally just over halfway through. How is everyone doing? Thank you for the likes, my friends. Please do share the live as well, because this will help with the engagement as well. Okay. So I really wanted to look at the mental and the emotional impact of overthinking, okay, and how this will impact you. Okay, so now that we've explored why the overthinking happens, let's talk about the impact that it has. It's at its basic level, it's mentally exhausting. It takes a toll on your emotional well-being and and the way that you think, the way that you it takes a hit on your confidence as well, I think, and your self-worth, because you don't trust your thoughts, you don't trust yourself. And when you're stuck in this loop, your brain is constantly on high alert. So this is going to affect many factors. All right, so it leads to anxiety, difficulty in focusing, and then you have trouble sleeping. All right, so this is what I really wanted to look at, okay, is the anxiety, the focusing, and your sleep, and how this is affected. So as we know, anxiety is one of the huge ones here, okay? It is going to basically give you anxiety. The narcissist is going to affect your mental health. And this is why I'm saying, hello, Brett. Hello. Hello, Pat. We've got Purple Rain. Merry Christmas to you too. Sorry, I just got to say hi to people. Um, we've got John in there and David Lee. Okay, so yeah, so this is going to really affect your mental health, the anxiety that comes with it, because what happens is you're put into this state where it's unfamiliar, it's uncomfortable. Being you, just the essence of you. Okay, hello, Mark, is uncomfortable, is challenging, is horrible. It's so hard being you, just getting through one day. Okay. And this is what it does. This is where your brain, okay, is so exhausted. Um, and anxiety is kind of like your survival mode. This is what happens. It's your way of being able to cope with something that is going on like this, okay? So it's not easy to get past this. It's not easy to move forward from something like this when you are stuck in a loop. Overthinking and anxiety go hand in hand. So when you're constantly focused, when your attention is going onto this, thinking why they said this, why they've done that. Also, try in your mind trying to think, could I have repaired this? Could this have happened differently? All right. What is going on here is this is really igniting or your neural circuits. All right, and they're firing on full cylinders. And this is causing exhaustion. And this causes also difficulty for you to be able to focus, for you to be able to, I don't know, like just get through your day. It's going to make it very difficult for you to be able to function in your day. You can't. You just simply can't, because it is overwhelming you that much that it's so hard to step out of it. Okay. And then the other aspect of it is you're not gonna be able to sleep. When you have anxiety, that on its own, and then you've got the difficulty in being able to focus. Yeah. This is where it's going to become really challenging. So when you don't sleep, think about it. What is happening here? You are not your brain is not resting. Can you see how where this is going? So your brain is overthinking, you have anxiety, and then you can't sleep. So your mind is not resting. When your brain does not rest and you do not have REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep, this is where your brain waves become a lot slower. This is where we do a lot of processing. This is where a lot of our cell regeneration happens. This is where there's memory formation. This does not happen in a healthy way, in any type of way. So you then become not rested, exhausted. You can't sleep. The sleep is it's not a restful sleep, because all of those functions don't happen. When this happens over a period of time, this then leads to more dire health issues, my friends, like your mental health, your physical health, Anxiety can lead to shortness of breath, which then means that your heart isn't functioning properly. Your organs are not working properly because there is no cell regeneration. Can you see how the narcissist and what they do to you is affecting you on so many different levels? It's not just a relationship, a love relationship, or someone that's in your family. Again, that's also love, isn't it? It's not a love relationship. This is so much more. You know, I've said this and I'm going to say it again. You can literally die from narcissistic abuse because prolonged levels of this, you're going to get heart problems, not enough sleep. You're going to have other issues as well that are going to come up for you. You probably won't be able to eat properly, either overeating or undereating. Can you see how your whole body system is shutting down? Your mind isn't rested. You're going to get more mental health problems, physical ailments, fibromyalgia, heart problems, lung problems. Can you see how this is all affecting it? Just a little relationship, right? Just a little relationship with someone. No, it is more than that. So this is where you have to now take the stand and take your life back. You have to override this overthinking. There is nothing good that is going, you're not going to come to any conclusion. The conclusion is that they are narcissistic, they are toxic. This person has not brought any happiness, any kindness, any love into your life. Do not keep them living rent free in your mind. It's not going to bring you any happiness. You're not going to work them out because what we're talking about here is mental and emotional health that is at play here. That's it. There is nothing else. That it is you, okay? It is you. All right? Stop looking at their social media, okay? On their stories or on their posts. Who cares what they're doing? Let them get on with it because you know it's all a lie. You know, stop thinking in your mind like maybe I could have done something different or I could have said something different. Things would have turned out differently. Do you know what now? What you know, do you really want this whole scenario to have worked out differently? No, you want them to go. You don't want them in your, you don't need this in your life. And that's what I'm saying, my friends. Look at this from another perspective. Because if you're going to keep stuck thinking you've lost something, you haven't lost something. You've been set free from something. Okay, you've literally got your life back. That's what you've got. You literally got your sanity and your life back. And I understand. I understand that this could be a family member, someone that you have loved dearly as well, like a partner, like you've thought that they were, your be all and end all, a soulmate, the whole thing. Yeah, but soulmates don't do this. Twin flames don't do this. Okay, this doesn't end like that. What you have experienced is a karmic relationship. For those of you that don't know what that is, literally go and look it up. Karmic relationships. And that's what you have been in. It feels like a soulmate or a twin flame right at the beginning. Of course it does. It feels so magical, euphoric. You don't want to let this person go. But please remember that they are not this person that they were right at the beginning. They are someone completely different right now. Okay. So the person who entered into this relationship is not the same person that has left. And that can be said the same for you, because you're not the same person that you were right at the beginning. Are you? They changed that. Why would someone want to change you? Why would they want to do that? And think about that. Think about that. So, and your health. Why would someone want to ruin it? And this is what is happening. Love is not meant to be destructive, my friends. These people claim that they love you so much. Why is this happening to you? Why are you guys feeling like this? And this is what you've got to look at. You've got to look at this from a different perspective with an open mind. You are not a victim of this. You're not a victim of circumstance. You literally have to make a promise to yourself and think, nah, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to go down like this. This is not happening to me. I'm going to move past this. I'm going to get myself back to where I am, and I'm going to move past this. Otherwise, you go down. Whew. Needed a bit of a drink after that. I just want you guys to know, all right, that you are so much more than this experience, that you are so much more than this person. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't need to be stuck thinking that you can't do something or this is just not okay. Like, Guys, each and every one of you are so wonderful, so amazing, and your life is precious, all right? Make it happen. Make your life happen. Make it be so that it's happy and joyous. Look, I understand. Look, I don't live on cloud nine in cuckoo land where, yes, every day is going to be amazing. It's not. Like, I also have my fair share of stuff happen to me as well. Yeah. But at the end of the day, all right, it will knock you down for a few days, maybe a week. All right, a week, maybe longer than a week. But you know what? You got to build yourself back up again. Because what? You're gonna just have this lonely, horrible, sad existence. That's not why you came here, my friends. This is not why you came here. Okay. You came here to experience things, to learn. So learn, because this person in your life, this was a lesson. This was something for you to learn from. If you're going to see it from this perspective, it is going to help you to grow. All right. It is going to help you to grow. This isn't about, now just giving up. That's not what this is about. All right. Keep going forward. And I have strayed from my notes. But anyway, I just wanted to get this message out there. Okay, so the next one is so again, it's like I was going to talk about the emotional impact as well. I was going to talk about, this is feeding into your self-doubt, and you start to question yourself, your own judgment, your own feelings, your own worth. And then it keeps you stuck in this place of insecurity. And that's what I'm saying. Like, the problem is that you start to doubt yourself. But like I said before, when you look at this from a different perspective, all right, this is about you rebuilding you. This is about you coming home to yourself, right? This is about you understanding that just because this person has been in your life, it doesn't mean that they are the definition of your life, right? Come on. Do not put them on this pedestal and hold them like to have so much importance in your life. You know who should be on that pedestal and have importance of your life is you. Because it is, do you know what? Believe it or not, it's your life. You should have that importance. You should believe in you. Your intuition wasn't wrong. It didn't get it wrong. It's just that you had some person, again, I was going to say something else, but I'm trying to keep it together here. This other person, okay, was trying to tell you that you are wrong, that what you are thinking and what you are feeling, you are wrong, calling you too sensitive. I mean, seriously, what? Too sensitive? No, it means that actually you are right. And this person, what they were doing, okay, they were telling you that you are wrong. And actually, this is all a projection. You see, these individuals, they just cannot hear the truth. The thing is, you are telling them the truth. You're telling them exactly how it is, but they don't want to listen. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to accept it. So do you know what? The easiest thing is to say, no, there's something wrong with you, of course. And that's what they do. That's what happens. So please see through it. Please see through it. Okay. To them, to be honest with you, they don't really live in the real world. They live in this fantasy world. Do you remember I kept talking about it, right? There's a thin, like there's fantasy and then there's reality. And the narcissist, I would tell you, they weave in and out of fantasy and reality. Like, honestly, who does that? Like, who lives like that? And then you got to think, all right, well, what we're talking about here is mental health, really. We're talking about a dire mental health condition. All right. That's what you're dealing with here. You're also dealing with someone who has an emotional health condition as well. Emotionally, they are disabled. All right. Anybody, exactly. Children act like that. Even children, the ones that are healthy, they don't even behave like that. These individuals, because they're so emotionally immature. And those of you that were on my live last week, I was explaining why this happens. Why? Because their brain doesn't form correctly. The amygdala within their brain doesn't form correctly. And when it doesn't form correctly due to trauma, due to blockages, this is what you get, my friends. You get literally this. Okay, so yeah, I love that. PBC, emotional bankrupts. I love that. Yeah. And Brett says your gut feeling never lets you down. Yeah. So this is what you've got to remember is now you need right. So for those of you that are stuck in this, those of you that are stuck in the trauma bond, what is going on here, my friends, is that your nervous system is overstimulated here, so which is probably leading into adrenal failure as well. But you probably don't notice it because it isn't that obvious, my friends. And I'm not saying this to be nasty or sarcastic. It's not obvious when this happens. So when your nervous system, so what the kind of the symptoms of that is you're going to feel a lot of anxiety, a lot of like unrest. Your heart is beating so fast that is a sign of anxiety as well. Sleepless nights, that's a sign of adrenal failure. Your nervous system is like it's like you can't rest. It's almost like you're, I don't know how other way to explain it. It's like you feel like you're buzzing, like you're constantly like that, like a nervous wreck. That's what I wanted to say. A nervous wreck. That's what this will feel like. Okay. And I feel like a lot of us have actually experienced this. I have as well in my life a few times, and it's horrible. It is horrible. So when that is happening, what we have to do is we have to try and calm it down. For some of us, it will take a couple of hours. All right. It's not going to take minutes. It's not going to take minutes. It will take a couple of hours. All right. So for some of us, it will take a couple of hours. For some of us, it will take a few days, but don't give up, right? There's certain things that you can do, but there's certain things that you can also do to protect your adrenal health and also your nervous system health as well. So that is going to be all about the way that you treat it and also what food you are eating. Because remember, food is medicine, okay? Food is medicine. I'm not talking about donuts, chocolates, chips, crisps, the rest of it. I'm talking about like proper food, like bone broth. And I know some of you might be vegetarian because I think there is a vegetarian alternative. I think there's like vegetable one. But bone broth, as I know, because, and I'm recommending this because I went to acupuncturist a few years ago, and she said to me that when you're an acupuncture, oh my God, yes, acupuncture is another good thing. All right. She said to me that bone broth really helps with the nervous system. And truth will always make itself known. That's right, Arthur. It will. Absolutely. So, yeah, so bone broth will really help. And also over time, this is where you've got to keep maintaining your health. Okay, my friends, you've got to keep maintaining your health because this is important. And this will maintain the longevity of your nervous system and your adrenals. Okay, so remember, eat healthy, my friends. Stop eating the beige food. You know, just give yourselves a fighting chance. Do you know what I mean? Start to meditate. Okay, I know for a lot of you, it's like, oh my God, this is just so tough because my mind is thinking and thinking and thinking. But all I'm asking is for 3 minutes a day, 3 minutes a day. Those of you that were on the live stream last week, this is exactly what I was saying. This is what is going to help with your nervous system. All right. And ultimately, what we are looking at here, when we are overthinking, this is when our nervous system has gone into overdrive. So that's why you are overthinking. This is the neurological aspects of it. So do things that are going to help you. Okay. So meditation, um, 3 minutes a day, and then obviously increase it as time goes on. What else? Acupuncture is going to help. That's a really good one. Massage. I'm like a really big fan of like massage. That really helps. Um, you know, thank you, Eric. Yes. Oh, bless you. Yes, it was the YouTube anniversary on my YouTube. Yes. Oh my God, that was the 21st. What's today? 23rd. Yes, 2 days ago. That was on Saturday. Yes. Thank you, Eric. I really appreciate that. Um, Shrooms. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's personal preference. Bruno says fresh calamari. Oh my God, I love that. I can't wait. I'm going to have that all of next week. I'm going to be in Greece. So definitely. I know. He is, isn't he, Oxford, with the dates? He remembers. You remember. Because I've just been so busy that there's been so much going on and I've been like all over the place. So not that I forgot, but you know, it's just something that I didn't celebrate this year. Doesn't matter. That's okay. Thank you, Purple Rain. I appreciate that. Thank you. FG says, why not reconnect? Why not reconnect? Try and finally get closure. Is it worth it? Thank you. No, you can't. You can't really closure. You're not going to get closure. You don't need someone else to explain to you why they have done. And also, you're going to go to this person and you're going to ask them why they have done something like this. Do you really think you're going to get an honest, straight answer? This is the other thing you've got to think about, my friends. Like I'm sure you can go to this person and ask them. I'm sure you could. Many of us probably could. But are you going to get an honest answer? Or are you going to get something that you want to hear? Or you're going to get, oh, it was your fault. You did this to us. You broke us. You did this. That's what you're going to get. And then you know what? You're going to start overthinking. And then you're going to want more answers. So then what happens is you become reliant on that person to provide you something that you can provide yourself. The closure is that they are a narcissist. Done. That's it. And everything that you're learning, everything that you have learned, on YouTube, through your own research, through books, through podcasts, whatever it is, believe it. Believe it, my friend. Because the thing is, this information is only going to resonate if you have been through something like this. If you haven't, or if it doesn't ring true, maybe this person is an alcoholic, or they've got addictions, or maybe they've got bipolar, or maybe they've got, I don't know, schizophrenia, whatever. It's not going to resonate. And that's the thing. That is the thing, my friends. This is what you have to remember, is that this information will resonate with you if you've been through a narcissistic, a toxic, psychopathic, sociopathic relationship. Okay? It will. How we doing, my friends? I know that I've been talking quite intense over the last few minutes, half an hour actually. And I know it's been intense, my friends. My mouth, my throat is so dry. This always happens when I talk too much. Thank you, Melty. I appreciate that. Liar and a cheater. Yeah, you'll get hoovered. Yeah, they hoover. They love the hoover. Oh, MH, I love that. It's better that you guys are hilarious. Like, you guys have got such a great sense of humor. It's better to clean the lavatory than to think about the narcissist. Correct. Correct. That needs to be written on a Christmas card. Some of the stuff, like, honestly, some of the stuff you guys say, like, honestly, it makes me chuckle. It's brilliant stuff. Bruce says irrationality and is unexplainable. Yeah. But you got to remember, right? These people are trying to make you think like the way that they do. So what you're doing is you're getting an insight into this person's mind. That's what you're doing. And like now that you can look back and you think, bloody hell, like what was that? What actually now you get to realize how this person lives, how they think, what they do. They're not going to change for anybody. This is going to happen over and over and over again. Like they don't change. And then when you really think about it, you got to ask yourself, who does that? I mean, seriously, who does that? Because honestly, like, I can't even explain it. Someone who behaves in this way is just next level, right? It's just, I don't know, it blows your mind because you just don't understand it. Like, me or you wouldn't do that. They do. They love it. So, yes, Arthur, thank you. Why? Why? No, I didn't promo. I don't know where I'm getting this energy from. Honestly, me talking, I really don't know because I am honestly, like, if you knew how tired I was, but I'm so, like, I really want to get this information out there. I'm just gonna crash tonight because tomorrow and Wednesday, I literally have Christmas. So I know that I'm just going to just unwind. But this is my last call. So I'm doing this live. I want to make it so that I wanted to, do you know what it is? I wanted to make it as engaging as possible. I also wanted you guys to realize, all right, that every single one of you is amazing. All right. And I don't want any of you to stay stuck in this mindset thinking about these people, thinking that you weren't good enough, thinking that maybe this could have happened in a different way. And if you had acted in a different or behaved in a different way, things would have happened differently. I don't want you to think that it was your fault. It's not. It's not any of your faults. Okay. It's just that they've got a mental health condition. Like, that's really where it boils down to. So don't take it personally. Like, I know that's really difficult, like a difficult thing to kind of achieve, but don't take it personally, because it's not you, it's actually them. Really, like, it is. It's not you guys, you know? What else did I have in my notes? Oh, okay. So before we go, I just really wanted to look at how you're going to move forward from this. This is about you building emotional resilience. You need to put into place self-care. That's love for you. You need to put into place boundaries and reconnecting with your identity. And I think this is an important one, because this is all about you remembering who you were before this person came into your life. Please remember who you were before this person came into your life. And those of you that have these individuals in your family, what I would say is also remember those good times that you had, maybe with other family members, maybe with your siblings, maybe with your friends, to know that actually you do have an identity. You are separate from this person. They do not, and I repeat, they do not define you. Okay. This is about detaching emotionally from the narcissist influence. And the way that you detach is to understand that whatever they have said to you, whatever their opinion has been, it's not true. What they were doing is they were trying to take power from you, get, one over on you, try to be better than you, to try and take from you. That's ultimately what these people have been doing, is to take from you. I think they've taken enough, don't you? I think it's now time for you to level up, to understand this from a different perspective and go forward. So I want you, okay, I want you to picture yourself free from overthinking, feeling calm and in control of yourself. And this is something that you can do to help, with your meditation. It's about picturing yourself free from all of this. What does that look like? What would your life look like if you didn't have any of these issues or any of this hanging over you, or if you hadn't even met the narcissist? And I want you to keep saying to yourself is, I'm in control of my thoughts and my healing. That's what I want you guys to remember, is that you are in control. And this really is on you, because you are the one that is in control, not anyone else. Not anyone else telling you how you should think, how you should feel, what you should be doing. No, just no. You are in control. This is your life. Okay. Exactly, Arthur. Know yourself. And Petrus eres, sorry if I said that wrong, I am. And that ultimately is it. You are the best. You are the ones that are worth it. This is your life, and this is about you going forward. So, my friends, hello, Miriam, all the way from Australia. Goodness me, bless you, my friend. It must be so early in the morning. If he discarded you and blocked you, it's been 3 months, means he will not try and come back, right? Miriam, my friend, it doesn't mean that at all. And unfortunately, with these type of interactions, it doesn't mean that at all. It just means that it could mean two things. Number one, he's maybe watching you from a fake account. I don't know your situation. I don't know if that person is blocked. Could be watching from a fake account. And second of all, these people have a tendency to come back, regardless how long it's been. Even though you've been blocked, they still watch. They still know. So Miriam, 3 months means he's not trying to come back. Yeah, it doesn't mean that at all. It means that dependent on how things have ended and how the whole scenario was, probably I would say 8 times out of 10 they'll be back. They will be back for sure. So Miriam, I hope that you get stronger in yourself and realize even if they do come back, it is not good. It is not good. Yes, sweepstakes, they do come back every single time. I know that you've been struggling with that as well. Yeah, Miriam, I'm really sorry, my friend. I know that this is tough, but yeah, that they will be back. They will be back. Yeah, yeah, they'll be back. I just do get that sense they do come back. So, my friends, yeah, MH says we have to love ourselves, forgive ourselves, and then maybe it's irrelevant and occurs outside. Exactly. We have to love ourselves. We have to look after ourselves first of all, because that is what is most important, isn't it? Yes, absolutely, Arthur. We have to conquer doubt and fear. I would say that that's really important. Yes, our very thoughts. Because remember, we are not our thoughts. Remember, they're made up of opinions and life experiences, but then they don't define us. So remember that you can always, always get over that. Okay. Oh, Miriam, bless you. Thank you. I'm really pleased. You're very welcome, my friend. I really hope it helps you. I really do. What's this one? Orange Grove says, Anoushka, I'm currently being ghosted by a woman I have been talking to. It's been 3 weeks. She has BPD. What should I do? Do you know what? Orange Grove? I would say to you, don't reach out. I get a sense that don't reach out. I feel like this could be testing of boundaries. So if you do that, that means that this person's trying to test to see whether you have feelings for them or how invested you are in this connection. So I would say to you, if this is happening already and it's been 3 weeks that you're just talking to this person, getting to know them, don't invest anymore. And I know this could be really hurtful and you're probably trying to get your head around it, like thinking, did I do something wrong? No, because remember, if someone is for you, they're not going to stop talking to you. They're not going to start being like this. So they're not going to do that. So remember that, my friend. Please don't start blaming yourself. When someone ghosts you, it's usually an issue with them. But if they're ghosting you this early on and you're just in the talking stage, no, if this is how this person deals with issues in life, no. And there is no such thing as being too busy, because if someone wants to, they will make time for you. So basically, she is showing you what you mean to her. And also, I just feel like if this person is using this as manipulation or trying to test your boundaries, do you really want to be with someone like that? Do you really want someone like that in your life? This is just the beginning. It's going to get worse. It will escalate to other things. So Orange Grove, my friend, like, really think about yourself. This is what I mean, like, put yourself first. Okay, put yourself first. I really hope that's helped. Arthur says, see possibilities, they're always there, although sometimes they're hiding. Yeah, it's true. This is really true. Oh, thank you, Levi. I really hope that it was a great live stream. I'm trying to like answer your questions, trying to like read through it. And I'm like, I know I'm going silent. Left me heartbroken and disappeared after a discussion. Yeah, Miriam, seriously, who does things like this? This is just ridiculous. Like, how do these people get away with it? No closure, no understanding. But the thing is, Miriam, the thing is, your closure is that this person is toxic. Whichever label they get, this person is toxic, and you just don't behave like that. You just don't do that. Okay? No. Miriam, my friend, you are better than that. You are so much better than that. 3 months, they just leave and then there's nothing. You're so much better than that. Detach from this person. Do what is good for you. Okay. What makes you happy. And honestly, once you elevate into that energy, into that vibration, you're going to get a whole load of new people coming your way. Honestly, it always works that way because you see life differently and you attract different people into your life. But really, this is always about putting yourselves first. you know? It was 5-year relationship and he left like I meant nothing. Miriam, he'll be back for you. I just get that sense. I know it's a really long relation. And again, who does this? Who does this? I feel like you've dodged a bullet there. Like this person, no accountability, you just run off. You can do better than that. You deserve so much better, for sure. Best thing to do is to completely detach from a narcissist ex completely. That's right, Pat. And there are ways of doing that. I think I've done videos of this over the last week. Like I've talked about how to stop thinking about them and forgetting about them. But that's really about your thoughts and actually putting all that energy onto you. So again, do things that make you happy. Go for walks. Do the skydiving, do the rock climbing, do the horse riding, do the gym, do the reading, do the meditations. Just do whatever it is that makes you happy. Okay. That ultimately is the key here. Okay. And for those of you, obviously, like we've got the holidays now, many of you like maybe have narcissistic families. So a lot of you might be spending it, with other people. That's okay. Do you know what? Blood isn't thicker than water. It's just, you know what? You've got to surround yourself with people who you feel safe with, who you feel happy with. That is what is most important. It's about your happiness. Okay. That is what it is. All right. Not anything else. All right, my friends. Listen, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go, and I will be back next week. I've got videos coming out for the rest of this week as well. I'm not sure if I have one now coming out maybe Wednesday. Not 100% sure, but there will be new videos coming out, new content coming out this week. Do you know what? It's been a pleasure to spend this time with every single one of you. I wish you the most happiest Christmas. I really do. Whatever you're doing, okay, just use it as a reflection and just see how far you have come, you know, even if it's been months or weeks, still look at this as a positive and look how far you have come. Because you know what? This time next year is going to be a very different story, right, my friends? A very different story. But this is where you now have to take responsibility and do something about it. Don't stay stuck. My friends, don't stay stuck. We don't stay stuck in our lives. We got to keep moving forward. Life is fluid. Things are always changing. Okay. So do not stay stuck in these scenarios. Okay. Because you're better than that. And you are more than that. Remember this. This person came into your life because they're karmic to teach you lessons. They were never going to stay forever. They never were. They never do they? So, my friends, I'm wishing every single one of you a very, very Merry Christmas. Thank you so much, Sweepstakes. Thank you. And Eric, too. Thank you very, very much. I wish you all the best, every single one of you. Thank you for you being here, for taking the time. I'm very grateful for that. Very honored for you to be here. Wishing you all the best. Take care and see you next week. Bye-bye.